Hi, Mark. It's so great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. I know that you wanted to talk about one of the big hot topics, even from my standpoint, which is ATSC 3.0. Just as a quick little, you'll like this. My original column for our last journal before I had to write about the coronavirus was about how ATSC 3.0 is really an important step for the industry to get behind in order to open up the floodgates for things like UHD, 4K, obviously next generation interactivity. So I'm not going to steal your thunder. So kind of what would you like to discuss as far as ATSC 3.0 and what it means to the sports production community?
Well, it is true. It's truly a revolution. I mean, broadcasters have always had a legacy of very high quality broadcast signals. And with ATSC 3.0, now we have not only higher quality broadcast signals, but the same signal also carries IP broadband. So now broadcasters are going to be on a new level of things here. Once again, extending their ability for highest broadcast, not just in video, but also in audio. It's going to include Dolby 7.1 audio. So now you can have 7-speaker home theater-like experiences. So it's even better for broadcasters. And in addition to that, now they'll have IP broadband. And that's with what we call zero lag. So there's no lag of what you'll get to your handhelds in the home. So that right there is broadcast is going to be able to compete both over the air, and keep in mind that over the air can be via antenna or can be through your local cable operator, and as well have IP broadband. So now they'll look like they can be your new skinny bundle, right?
Sure.
Not adhered necessarily to a cable operator. Otherwise, they can be the new skinny bundle and compete in the same manner as the cable operators and other BMVPDs do today.
Right. So I know that obviously there was some big rollouts planned for this year, and I think they might have been delayed a little bit. But what's your sense as far as the rollout across the U.S.? Because it was going to be pretty robust, I thought, heading into this whole situation we're currently in. Maybe an update on where you kind of see that rollout taking place?
Yeah, well, the target's been the top 40 DMAs, which is approximately 850 stations within the United States. The rollout has begun. There's been some delay due to the pandemic, but the rollouts have not stopped. Planning and the actions have not stopped. And overall, the guidance that we're getting from the industry is that there may be as much as a 1-quarter delay in getting those 40 markets rolled out, but everything is still moving forward. There was some delay due to the station operators all had to adjust to remote workforce, which many of them were prepared to do that anyway, but they had to go through those things to do that. But now they're saying about a 1-quarter delay on reaching those 40 markets.
Gotcha. So walk me through. Let's go out a couple years. Let's let the transition kind of happen, and let's get to like 2022. Let's call it. What do you see as how could the sports fans' TV experience be different? I mean, obviously, clearly, the beautiful thing is I was in Korea for the Olympics, and there was a big 55-inch TV monitor in the bus that, when we drove around Korea, was able to show live video. So what do you see? How do you see the impact in 2023, 2024 for sports viewing?
For sports in particular, well, as I said, the broadcast experience will be even greater than it is today. And so both with the signal quality and as well as the immersive audio. The fact that there'll be broadband associated with that. For starters, now the 4K on a tablet is actually going to be a killer app for the broadcast industry, both because it'll be a stellar picture, and the fact that there's no lag on there. So now it's what we call frame synchronous between the broadband and the television.
Right.
Now you can actually think about delay sensitive applications like sports betting for
Sure.
example, because there's no delay.
Right.
And also the immersive experience.
Yeah, because you can definitely do the. I know the sports betting is obviously the hottest topic out there, but the big issue is sort of that latency and being in the venue or being anywhere actually, and being able to place a bet without the windows having to be shut down too early and that kind of stuff.
That's right. So that's a big one. And the other point I wanted to mention was, I mean, currently today, when you watch sports, especially over the top, you're going over what we call content distribution networks. And very typically when you have large sporting events like the Super Bowl, and not even that large, your signal quality can suffer. You get
Sure.
buffering or whatever like that. With broadcast, that will be absolutely not the case, because this is now an uncontested network into the home. It's truly over the top. It's also it's via what we call multicast. So
Right.
everybody sees the same signal instead of individual signals. So you're not going to get the clogging that occurs on the internet. So even for your highest level events and with the most viewers, you're going to get a rock solid picture on your handheld devices in the home. So just right there, it'll be a different world.
Well, I love it for the things like at the golf courses when I'm at the event, and you're at an event with a crowd, transmission over even if they have with the best Wi-Fi within the stadium can quickly be inundated, as you know, with a lot of viewers and people over, so you can't consume the content. So I've been in numerous events where you're trying to, especially for like a golf event or tennis where there's multiple courts going on, and you can't follow the action because the bandwidth just isn't available. But a broadcast signal, be able to kind of just fire that right up and tap into that.
It's one to many, and we're all sharing. And that's another thing. You can be in a stadium venue now with ATSC 3.0, and a reality of that will be they can make all the cameras within the venue accessible to you, so you can flip around and see those cameras from your seat at an event.
Right, great. Well, thanks, Mark. I mean, like I said, it's going to be exciting times. I know that obviously the industry's kind of, put their energies into different places right now, but I know that I'm glad to hear that the work is still being done and that the rollout is still happening. I like to always say that, people said that HD was a cost of doing business and staying in business for broadcasters, and that my sense is that ATSC 3.0 will actually open up some new revenue opportunities. So hopefully they will all kind of embrace it and kind of move the industry forward.
Very much. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly.
Great. Thanks, Mark. Be well.
Okay, thank you.